what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this vid by Marky. It's titled Food Influencer Faces Huge Backlash After Controversial Videos in Japan. I recognize this dude. I see him pop up on my For You page all the time. He's very popular in the food influencer space. I even saw him on a commercial. I think it was like a Chipotle commercial or something. They were showing like clips of people, and I saw him pop up. So yeah, I guess people are upset with him in Japan. Let's see exactly what's going on. Let's watch.
Right, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a food influencer who has recently made a bunch of videos in Japan, and his videos, I think it's fair to say, have resulted in a bunch of mixed opinions. On one hand, we have people who are saying his videos are incredibly disrespectful, and on the other hand, we have people who are saying that it's not a big deal, he's just being honest. So yeah, let's actually add some context to this situation.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really care for the food like that either. I am going back to Japan, but the first time I went, I was there for a little over 2 weeks, and I didn't eat nothing that like really stood out. And I know people always hype up Japan's food. They hype up anything Japan related. Let's be clear. That's a whole nother conversation. All right. People love to romanticize Japan. It's just so weird. But yeah, people act like, oh, amazing food. I didn't have any good food, but I do feel like you have to be intentional in finding good food in most places. If you just leave it up to chance, it's a hit or miss. You know, you're probably not going to run into good food places. So that was on me for, you know, maybe I picked all the wrong spots, but I've done my research this time. So I will document that. But yeah, if he didn't like the fucking food, he didn't like it. If that's the complaint.
So the main person to be aware of here is a food influencer called Life of Kian.
Yeah,
as we can see, he's very popular. He's got 3.2 million followers. And as we can see, his page is full of food reviews that get millions of views. So now let's actually take a look at some of his recent videos since he arrived in Japan. Now, this first one is a review for a coffee shop called Hekaloon. We can see a description of this coffee shop on timeout.com, and they mention that this coffee shop has been around for over 50 years. And they also mention that they're best known as the home of the Jumbo Purin, a mug-sized custard treat that's best enjoyed together with a cup of strong joe.
I mean, I usually get flan from like Mexican restaurants, but it's not my favorite dessert. I mean, it's alright, but you know, I don't really fuck with it like that. So.
Now, the man who runs this coffee shop has went viral a bunch of times on TikTok from like customers like recording and making these puddings. We can actually see a video here uploaded by a user called Wolf0313. And as we can also see, this video we're about to watch has 25.5 million views. So this is the video right here. I'm gonna mute it because there's music in the background, but yeah, like I mentioned, there are a bunch of videos that went viral of this man making this pudding. I believe he is around 80 years old, I read, and people just really like him, right? They really like watching the way that he makes these
Congrats,
puddings.
But is it
like
good?
I mentioned, these videos get millions of views. So yeah, recently Kian decided to go to this coffee shop.
See, that's on him. That was his first mistake. Why would you go here just because people like him? They're like, oh, look at this little man. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's making the flan. Is anybody even saying the food is good? So this is the issue. When you pick places just based on hype, you got to be very careful.
To make like a food review, and this is the video right here.
Alright y'all, I'm in Tokyo trying the most viral old man. Known for his Japanese pudding, this man has been selling this for 50 years. He puts on a show while plating. He's gone viral for his animated emotes. This is my 4th time trying to get this. Every time I came, this has been sold out. He only sells 50 of these a day. I've traveled all the way here to Japan just to try this.
And now it's at this point where we will see the first of many times Kian decides to spit out his food throughout these reviews.
I'm about to buy my flight back. Just imagine your old grumpy grandpa making the worst flan in your life. Oh, you're shit a tourist trap. It's bitter. It tastes like a music.
Why do you keep eating it? And are you eating from the same bowl that you're spitting it out in? Okay, he's nasty. Never mind.
Eating all egg whites. I don't know why I keep taking more bites.
Yeah.
Granddad is back there defending this like it's the secret formula.
And of course, there will be some people that say like maybe the food was just like that bad that he had to spit it out. We're going to see from these videos that Kian does this a lot with a lot of different dishes. So I think it's just like a bit that he does in these videos to really try and show you just how bad the food is for some reason. But not only does he spit out the food, he starts talking about how you can imagine your old grumpy granddad making the worst flan you've ever had. And then as we see at the end of the video, he goes up his way to take a picture with the guy that he's just been talking shit about, basically. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a lot of people saying like, oh, he's just being honest, right? He's just giving his thoughts on the food. He didn't like it. Not everyone's going to like it. which is true. But again, we're going to see a bunch of examples throughout this video, which makes it seem like, to me at least, he isn't being honest. If anything, it seems very dishonest because he keeps spitting out food. Like, for example, another place that Kian has recently tried is the Slice of Life Barbecue, which is a food truck. And again, he spits out the food.
You know we in Japan, so they gotta go top quality. This is their A5 Wagyu brisket.
I don't want to see
Is A5 supposed to taste like that?
And yeah, we've all had food that we don't like, but it's pretty rare that something is so bad that you have to, like, literally spit it out. But apparently this happens very often.
Very rare. Now, mind you, I'll eat anything. I eat a lot of different types of food. So, for me, especially, it's rare that I'll spit something out. But, just in general, I feel like something has to be really disgusting for you to want to spit it out. It doesn't seem like that's the case with these foods. He's just doing this to rage bait people and for engagement.
Kian, which again leads me to believe that his videos probably aren't very honest. Now, as the video continues, he tries other things like the rib, which he doesn't spit out, but again says like he doesn't like it.
Come on, bro. The rib is super dry. I feel like what makes this meat so dry is that they're smoking it at their flagship store that's like an hour or two away. And then they vacuum seal everything and sell it out of the truck.
Now, to me, this part seems a bit more authentic, right? He's mentioning that it's dry, he explains why he believes it's dry, and he isn't being overly dramatic by spitting out the food. But yeah, the whole spitting out the food thing, to me, is just like him clearly trying to make the food seem way worse than it is. Now, Kian has also been making a bunch of videos with a user called Vince Eats, who has about 1 million followers. And even in Vince's videos, you can see Kian, again, spitting out food.
No, I'm not sure if the meat in there is supposed to be cold, but that shit's freezing.
So yeah, there's a few examples of videos that Kian and Vince have uploaded since arriving in Japan. Now, one video I came across was from a user called EaglesLover215. And in this video, he claims to show messages between Kian and a Slice of Life, which is a food truck. Now, I do have to point out here, I'm not 100% sure how he got these messages. I'm not sure if this was on, like, an Instagram story, and to be fair, I have seen the Slice of Life account post a few Instagram stories about the situation, so maybe it was uploaded there, but I can't see these messages on like a dedicated post on the Instagram account, and there's also a chance that this user reached out to a Slice of Life, and maybe they sent the screenshots over, but I do just want to clarify, I obviously can't confirm 100% that these are real messages. But here's the screenshots that he shows in his video. So we first of all see a message from Kian that says, "Hello, what time do you open Saturday? I just arrived from Tokyo and I'm excited to try your barbecue." We see a reply saying, "Oh wow, no way, I watch you all the time on YouTube. It's an honor to get a message from you. Actually, we're closed on Saturdays, but we're open on Sunday from 11:30 to 5 p.m. We then see a response from Kian saying, "Yo, thanks means a lot. Sunday's perfect for me. I can be there exactly when you open. Let's make a good video, make something big happen. When do you start smoking everything?" And then this message is followed up by saying that he's going to come over on Friday at 11:30 and he's hoping to get some clips of you smoking any food or just preparing any order. We then see this message that looks to be a message from a Slice of Life to Eagle Lover, who uploaded this video, and the message states, "However, once filming had already started, we were suddenly told that a second person, influencer Vince Eats, also wanted to participate in the shoot, despite there being no prior mention or arrangements regarding him. The total value of all food and drinks provided during the shoot came to approximately 25,000 yen, around $160 USD. Free complimentary drinks were also provided during the visit." And then we see another message that says, "At no point after the filming was completed was there any attempt made to pay for any of the food and drinks that had been provided." And then we also see an Instagram story from the Slice of Life saying, "Since this morning we've received so many kind and heartfelt messages and comments. We are truly grateful for everyone's support and it has genuinely helped us through this difficult time. It may take some time, but we will do our best to reply to everyone's messages and comments. Thank you so much, truly, Slice of Life Order Massa." So yeah, looking at these messages, I'm not sure if they're talking about like Kian and Vince, or maybe they're just saying that Vince didn't pay for his food, because we saw earlier in the messages that they didn't even know Vince was showing up. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, there's no way for me to actually like confirm this for 100% fact that this did happen, and Kian hasn't made a response to any of this as well, so we can't even see his side of the story. But yeah, I mean, looking at the comments on this specific video, it's just full of people like defending Kian, right? Saying things like, "He's a food reviewer though. Bro, he just gave a brutally honest review. It's his content, why you're so pressed?" And there is also a lot of comments like this one here saying, "How do you not know that this is rage bait?" Now, it might very well be rage bait, right? That might be the purpose, to try and get views. But if it is, that just makes the situation even worse, right? Because it's one thing doing like rage bait content to try and get views, but it's another thing to try and like put down someone's small business to do that. Now, there has been a bunch of response videos in this whole situation, like this one here from a user called Swole Otaku.
That is a grown-ass man, by the way. Maybe before you booked a flight to Japan, you should have done your research. That Japanese pudding is supposed to be bitter. Oh my God, these Sour Patch candies are not good because they're sour. Oh my God, my coffee is bitter because I order a black coffee. And in the original video, the audacity to keep eating and spitting it out multiple times. How you keep eating it? Oh my God, you're spitting it out while you're still at the establishment. You see this old man working his ass off to provide himself and possibly his family a living, and this is what you post.
Yeah, this is why it's confusing me that there's a lot of comments from people saying like, oh, he's just being honest, you know, as a food reviewer you should be honest, which again is true, right? You shouldn't just say you like the food regardless, of course. But obviously you can be honest without like spitting out your food multiple times and then talking about how it's like an old grumpy man has made the worst flan you've ever had in your life. Like, there's a much better way to go around that. So regardless of if you like his videos or not, I think you've got to admit, like, he does do it in a disrespectful way. Like, I'm a pretty picky eater, but I can't remember the last time I ever had to, like, spit out my food, and apparently this happens to Kian very often, which, again, just makes me think that he is doing this on purpose, for content, I guess trying to be funny, but you're also affecting someone's business by doing that. But yeah, it's obviously the way he makes the videos that people have a problem with, and there have been a bunch of response videos like this one here from a user called Thomas Manuel.
I find it completely disturbing when people will travel to other places and disrespect the food, the people, and their culture. One of the biggest problems that I have is he's not going to big corporations or big restaurant chains. He's going to small, locally run and owned, operated places.
I just roll my eyes at that because, once again, this goes back to people putting Japan on a pedestal. It's like, you're disrespecting the people and the culture. No, he's just being nasty and weird, okay? Because if you had him doing that at a restaurant in the States, nobody would say that. Or even if it was someone, I'm pretty sure he's American, but even if it's someone from a different country who came to the States and they try a restaurant, if they don't like something, spit it out, nobody is going to say, oh, you're being disrespectful to the people and their culture, the American people and the American culture. Nobody's going to say that in Cape for us like that. All right, so let's not do that with Japan. It's like, all right, he is being nasty. And I guess, yeah, if you're right in the owner's face, you're right at the booth in the front. It looked like he was in the front right in front of him. I'm not sure, though. But you spitting it out right in front of his face, that is a bit disrespectful. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, he's disrespecting the Japanese people and the culture. And we're doing too much.
Like heckling. Heckling is run by Shizuo Mori, an 82-year-old man. And you know who else runs it with him? Nobody. He runs it by himself.
I don't care about that either. I mean, that's great. Good for him. Cool. But we're not using this as an excuse for anything. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. And if I'm paying my money, I want it to be good. I'm not about to be like, oh, well, he is an old man. And look, he's just trying to make a living. And everybody in the restaurant business trying to make a fucking living. They all got family. You think they ain't got old people that they taking care of and kids and shit? So I don't want to hear that. I don't know why people keep bringing that up. Like, okay, all right. I mean, good for him that he is, you know, still so mobile, you know, in his 80s and he can have a restaurant. But I don't think we should be like, oh, let's give him sympathy and, oh, the food can be bad. Like, no, I still expect my food to be good.
He's the only one in there serving everybody in the cafe their coffee, their flan, or whatever other thing that they want to eat. You call this man an old, grumpy grandpa. You spit out his food on multiple occasions, and then you have the audacity, the fucking audacity to take a picture with him? Yeah, are you fucking crazy? I've been to these places. Here's me at Heckling. Here's me at Slice of Life. Now, to be fair, I didn't like the fucking sandwiches. Were they too sweet? Yes. Honestly, a fried bread with cream, not really for me. I didn't really like it that much. However, you will never catch me just spitting out fucking food like I'm a goddamn toddler.
I agree.
Please, stop supporting people like this.
And yeah, just like Thomas, a bunch of creators who have went to these places that Kane shows in his videos have also made response videos saying that the food was great. Like, for example,
everybody's taste buds are different, so I don't care that you liked it.
I have a video here from a user called Yucking Food.
But I do agree that spitting out is extra as hell. And also, when you're trying something new for the first time, you don't take a gigantic bite. Like, that's stupid. Are you slow? Are you a child? Like, that's just not how you eat new things. You take a smaller bite so that you can test it and see if you like it. And even if it's not really hitting like that, you took so small of a bite, you still should be able to get it down because you are an adult and you don't spit out your food because that's disgusting. Nobody want to see that. Who's there eating in the fucking establishment? So I do agree with that wholeheartedly. I think he's dead ass wrong for that. But yeah, y'all talking about, oh, I went there and I liked it. So So?
Dude.
There's
What the
A5
hell with
supposed to
him?
taste like that?
Not only is this insanely disrespectful, just to do the bit of being honest, I can tell you for a fact he has no idea what he's talking about because
not a
I've been to
fact.
the Slice of Life,
Not
and
a
the
fact.
Slice of Life is
Stupid.
amazing. I was lucky enough to go on my trip to Tokyo in October. I've been following the food truck for a few years. I thought it was amazing that there's just a food truck in Tokyo, tiny truck that's doing Texas barbecue. That's one of the things I love about Japan is that there's so many people that just have so much passion and dedication to their.
Also, it's important to understand that food can be very, very inconsistent. So just because when you went it was good, it does not mean it was good when he went. They could have overcooked it that day. They could have accidentally burnt it. There could have been, several issues that took place that caused his food not to be great. So you can't really be like, I went there and it was amazing, so something must be wrong with you. Like, no, they could have had the exact same food that you had, but it was just made way better on the day that you went. Is this not common sense? What are we talking about?
Craft that they just hook.
I think I put them on my list. I got a long list of restaurants that I want to go to, and I think I put them down.
It in and
was some
study
barbecue
it.
spot.
And yeah, he actually goes on to talk about the brisket, which is the thing that Kian spat out in the video.
I
and
love
mentions
brisket.
that he really liked it, and this is why he knows that Kian doesn't know what he's talking about.
And the A5 Wagyu brisket, the thing that he spit out, the thing that this is where I know he has no idea what he's
Yours
talking
look
about.
juicy,
a
though.
fantastic bite. Yes, it doesn't taste like brisket from Texas because the cows are from Japan. To me, I felt like the meat just had more depth. It had more flavor. There's more marbling within the brisket. You didn't even need barbecue sauce for the brisket. It was that good.
So yeah, that's a response to Kian's most recent videos in Japan.
Okay, I agree. He don't have to like it, but he don't have to be nasty and spit it out and do all that extra shit either. So yeah, I do think that people do a lot of weird shit for engagement and views online. He might be one of those people. I don't watch his content a lot at all. Like I said, I'll see him pop up randomly, and sometimes I'll click on it for a few seconds, but I don't like his style. Like, he be taking big ass bites and just being extra, just shit falling out his mouth. I think it looks nasty, so I'm just like, ugh. And I already don't like watching people eat anyway, so even if it's something that I think, oh, this look kind of good, what's this? I always click off the video because I don't like how he eats. So, I think that's just his thing. But I definitely understand why he's getting backlash, though, because spitting it out, that's just nasty. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!